I have had so many crushes on straight guys. I think it's something the way they carry themselves, something about their self-confidence. Hello, everybody. My name is Del, and I live in the state of Florida. Please don't hold that against me. And I'm here to talk to you today about a subject that I think most gay men can relate to: falling for straight guys. This seems to be my specialty. In fact, I've done it for as long as I can remember. When I was 12 years old, my very first crush was on a straight guy. So I met this kid, Corey, at summer rec, and I was instantly smitten by him. He was so cute. And I could not understand my feelings for him. They weren't really sexual. They were more affectionate. In fact, I would write notes on a piece of notebook paper at night at home and fold them up and put them in my pocket to take to summer rec the next day. And I would go through the area where we were supposed to leave our lunch bags, and I would find his. It had his name on it. And I would slip this note inside. And then I would make sure that I was present when Corey read the note. And then he would show it to me, and I would read it and pretend like I didn't know what it was. Wow, somebody likes you. And it was funny because the first note, I told him how cute I thought he was. And he said, well, I know I'm cute, but I just don't know who would leave me this note. My God, conceit at such a young age. Oh my gosh. So anyway, when summer rec ended, we parted company. We went back again next year, and there he was, but he'd gotten ugly over the summer. I didn't want to have anything to do with him after that. But I have had so many crushes on straight guys. And I cannot figure out why. I think it's something the way they carry themselves, something about their swagger, something about their self-confidence. And I think it also has something to do with the fact that they are so pitifully unaware of how damn fine they look. I just want to go up to them and say, my God, you're so beautiful. And you don't even know it, you idiot. And I think that, like a lot of other guys, I had one great love in my life, and that just happened to be a straight guy. Now, this one I don't really consider to be my fault because I thought he was gay. I was convinced he was gay. And in about 2 seconds, I'm going to go over there and strangle that bird if he doesn't shut up. No, I met him at work. My desk was sitting right by this glass door that looked over the hallway, and there he came down the hallway, and I looked up and I thought, my God, that is the most gorgeous man I've ever seen. And he worked at another part of the building, so I didn't get a chance to meet him at first, but then he switched jobs, and his new job put him in my part of the building. So I got to know him. In fact, I made a point of getting to know him. And he was different. He was about 10 years younger than I was. I was in my mid-30s. He was in his mid-20s. He had been out of college a few years. Apparently that had not gone well. He had a little problem with alcohol, which is why he was riding his bicycle to work, because he had gotten a DUI and they took his license away from him. And but he was so beautiful. And he was smart, and he was kind, and he loved animals, and he was a very gentle soul, and all of that appealed to me. And did I say he was beautiful? He was beautiful. So I got to know him, and we actually got to be friends. I would give him a ride home at night. We'd just throw the bike in the back of my car, and sometimes we wouldn't go straight home. He liked to shoot pool, and I wanted to shoot pool, so we went out and shot pool, and over the next few weeks, I got to know him, and oh my God, I was so convinced he was gay. He had a lot of gay friends, which I thought was unusual because most straight guys, go out of their way to stay away from gay men. And he would, like if something was in his hair, I would reach up and brush it out. And most straight guys won't let you do that. But he would do it. And he would hug me, which most straight guys would not do. And one night he made the comment that I was the most important thing in his life. And I thought, oh my God, I nearly stopped breathing when he said that. I was so excited. So I made the decision to have the talk with him. And I did. One night I took him home and we parked out in the driveway and we sat out there for a couple of hours talking. And I told him that I was gay and that I had feelings for him. And he said he wasn't gay, but that we could still be friends. And I was disappointed, but at the same time, I didn't really believe him. I thought he was one of those guys who just hadn't gotten to the point where he can admit, even to himself, that he's gay. And that if I just hung around long enough, eventually he would reach that point, and there I would be, waiting for him. So for the next year and a half, I suffered. I mean, having him, this close to me and not being able to, cross the finish line, it was torture. And the more I was around him, the more I loved him. And the more I loved him, the more I wanted him all to myself. And then the bad things started. I started trying to wall him off from the world so that I could have him all to myself. And as you might expect, he did not like that. He began trying to hang out with other people and not hanging out with me as much. He wasn't entirely blameless in this. I'm accepting about 99% of the blame, but there was a little bit of it that was his fault. He would torment me. He would say, oh, yeah, I met this guy, and we went out, and we had dinner, and we went to a movie, and then we just went for a long walk on the beach. And the whole time he's telling me this, I'm like hanging from a meat hook, twisting. Well, anyway, one night after we were done working, we both worked the night shift. I went back to his part of the building, and I asked, hey, you want to go out after work and get some coffee? And he said, nope. And it was like a knife through the gut. And I went back to my desk, and I honestly thought I was going to throw up. It was so upsetting to me. And I realized and said to myself, Del, you have got to escape this. So the next day, I called my sister and asked her if I could come up to her place. They lived in Ohio. And stay a few days, and then I asked my boss if I could do that, which he wasn't happy about it, but he let me do it. And 2 days later, I got in the car and I drove to Ohio from Florida. And I stayed up there for 10 days. And it gave me strength. And it gave me the strength to finally cut the ties. And when I came back, he could tell things were different. He became very solicitous and very friendly. But I didn't reciprocate. And eventually we stopped talking, and then after a couple of years, he left the place where we worked. Last I heard, he went back to school, got a new degree, got a good job, met a girl who apparently put him through the ringer. And they're still, I won't say they're living happily ever after, but they're living together. And I learned my lesson to, it's okay to look at straight guys, but you're not advised to take up with them or to try to, convert them. And, it's funny because there are a lot of guys out there who are straight, or at least say they're straight, but then they might paddle in the waters of, the other team once in a while. In fact, the times that I've gotten together with guys, for instance, that I've met on apps, quite a few of them were married men who apparently had experiences when they were younger and liked those experiences and remembered them and wanted to repeat them. I don't like the idea of coming between somebody and then, their relationship with another person, so I try to stay out of that. But straight guys, man, that is, it's kind of like that car that you could never afford the insurance or the payments. Better to just admire from afar.